Welcome to the Business in a Box video series from Coda. In this section, we're talking about OKRs. Now, we've gone through a bit of a journey in previous videos. We've set up a structure. We've created team-specific views. We've added buttons to escalate and notify people when there's a problem. And now we're going to build in the final part of an OKR system, which is reflecting on your work. How'd you do? Creating an avenue for your teams to be able to reflect on how things are going, what they want to start, stop, continue, and be able to grow and get better every cycle. So here's how this works. The first thing we'll do is we're going to go over to the side and create an awesome team reflection. So this is for the awesome team. Of course, it will be an awesome team reflection as well, but we're making it for the awesome team. So now what we can do is we can, just like before, we could add an icon. I like this sort of mirror here. You could add a cover photo if you wanted to. And what we're going to do is use another one of Coda's templates, which again, you can get to by going to the red plus sign and choosing templates, or by just doing a backslash. And what we're going to look for now is a team sentiment tracker. There it is. If we choose that to click, it's going to build in a little system that we can then make our own. So we can remove some of this flavor text here, and we can go ahead and say, well, what are we asking people? How do you feel about our Q1 goal performance? And now we've got a very simple button that adds a row down here to our core reflection table. So here's how we're going to customize it for the OKR use case. We're going to click on plus. We're going to add a new column, and we're going to make it a lookup column. And in this case, we're going to have it look up to objectives. So now what we can do is we can just move that over here. We could say, the sentiment, how'd you feel? You can rename any of these, your reflection, and then submitted by, this is actually a people column type that automatically fills in with whoever's using that button. So now here's how it would work. We could choose to click on add a sentiment, and then everyone can come in and say, I feel pretty good. And in this case, we want to actually have our objectives. Maybe it's for goal number 2. And then we could go, I feel awesome. Now notice the objectives was hidden immediately. So what we want to do instead is just click up here on this little shish kebab and customize the layout. And then what we could do is we could just drag and drop any of these items around as much as we felt like it. Now, the other thing to know is that you could decide to make this look a little bit more fancy if you wanted to. So you could choose from any of these quick styles over here on the side. I personally really like to look at sort of the double one here, and then you could have the objective be that core column up at the top looking a little nicer. You could then decide to have the reflection down here, and maybe you just can have the person be hidden or have that kind of go up in the top. Move these things around however you like. Entirely up to you. It's all about your own creativity, after all, and moving things anywhere you need to. So then, once you're happy with kind of how you've put this together, you could go ahead and click on Done, and now you've got a nice built-in way for people to track what they like. Now, there's something else that I think is really valuable here. One thing that is part of this sentiment tracker is it's got this checkbox, and this is a bit of a filter. So if you were to uncheck this, it only will show you your reflections. So before the meeting, having this be unchecked so everyone can go ahead and add their reflections. And then in the meeting, you could go ahead and check the box and see everybody's. It's kind of a way of revealing it. And that's just automatically built into this particular template. And how that works is it's just a filter. So over here it says, if the checkbox is true, then show everything. So what I like about this is it allows you to gather everybody's feelings ahead of time before that reflection meeting, be able to get a general trend, on a scale of 5, how are we feeling and how many people have responded. And then you could also say, well, now that we're in the meeting, let's actually group by the goals. So we could group it along the left and go through each of our goals in that way. And you could even add more columns here as far as, what should we start doing? And another one as far as text of what should we stop doing? And again, everything in Coda is movable, so you can just drag and drop those things around as much as you like. And you can include custom questions. You can adjust this scale here. Maybe you don't like the smiley faces, no problem. Just click on the scale options and you could make it be lightning bolts, stars, chili peppers, cups of coffee, people, or just a progress bar. And you can also decide you can make this go up to 10 if you wanted to as well. So entirely up to you how you want this to be structured, But what this then allows each team to do is be able to have that wonderful reflection connected to all of those goals and to be able to then get better and better every single time. So with that, go ahead, give it a try yourself. Let us know if you ever need any help, and have some fun.